I'm not a partaker of Chang'Aa. I'm presenting my views. Yeah, and towards this, I know we shall be creating jobs. You see what Keroche has done. They are distilling. Yeah, and if you see the composition of what makes up Chang'Aa, ni unga, mtama, skari, and pure distillation. Yeah, so I humbly, yes. So, sir, I shared this with my DCC, and I'm happy that you are here because I know you sit in the policy-making process so that you can review this prohibition of Chang'Aa so that we as officers that are on the ground, we best see how we can assist our people. Because my grandfather was an assistant chief in 1968. Those people he was arresting, I'm still arresting them to date. Sir, that indicates that, sir, that can tell you the kind of resilience these people have. And for us chiefs and assistant chiefs who conduct raids, there are some places you go and you see poverty with your eyes. Instead of arresting, you compromise. I rest that one. Secondly, sir, my major other concern in regards to the Ngao fraternity, and especially where the rubber meets the road, assistant chief na chief. Sir, we are regarded as coordinators of government things. But I believe our scheme of service does not support us in security matters. I would wish our HR to address it critically so that if an assistant chief or a chief is not a security officer, it should be in black and white that we should not participate in security matters. And if we are deemed as security officers, then we should be empowered enough to carry out security matters. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chief. I think you are now very popular in I saw many people were cheering you there, but many of them also were on this other side. I will be saying that I don't think that, but we will discuss that later when I respond. I don't think per se Chang'Aa on its own is defined, it's illicit because it is named Chang'Aa. It's because the process that has gone through, like you said rightly, has not gone through the legal process and get the necessary licenses and then be approved I think that is the standard process. If it were maybe in your research, I'm not happy that you're doing research, is to ask yourself, should it go through the same process with all other processes? Or can the processing of Busa and Chang'Aa, like you said, Busa is already being reviewed by the county, can their process be properly defined and by which institution? Then if you follow those institutional process, you have the certificate that you are required and you're keeping certain clean standards and the packaging is right, then you can be, because there is a public health issues and so forth. So if you follow all those processes, even today, I still think that then that is, it is permissible to the extent that you follow the necessary process. But your proposal is not out of ordinary. It is actually what is expected even as at now. Chief, Omorikwa, later I will expect you to say something. Where is it? The CEO, Nakada. Okay, yeah, Liki, who is a lawyer also, is here.
Sir, our CS, I'm Jojo Duropondo, Senior Assistant Chief, Ugunja Sub-Location. My concern is transparency on appointments of chiefs and assistant chiefs. Joined service on the year 2006. In our location, we have 4 sub-locations. I served up to the year 2023. I got the appointment of acting chief, of which I acted for almost 2 years. We did our interviews, of which the interviews we took 3 serving assistant chiefs and 2 non-serving assistant chiefs. When the appointments came, we were surprised only to get appointment from someone outside the service, just civilian. I think I'd served for 20 years, acted 2 years, of which I only had 5 years to retire. When I got the appointment that civilian had been appointed,
civilian is now here.
Yes. When I tried to pursue the justice I was supposed to be given, since I had known even the interviews when it was taken, I knew I was the best performer. The justice I was never accorded. I only got a lot of frustrations. I was being told that ukifuata sana ni kama utafukuzwa kazi. So I actually prayed for justice. By so meeting you here today, I'm only praying that something should always be done to the serving assistant chiefs so that they get motivated. After serving for that long, and to someone like me who is almost retiring, you'll go almost barehanded. And I'm not afraid to say that I'm a diplomat in ADR, of which I graduated in the year 2022. I think I met all the threshold that was required for someone to be appointed chief. And I also knew that if I got the appointment, I could move maybe some job group ahead that would accord me some better pension after the retirement. To me, I'm happy to meet you and to express my feeling. I'd actually got a lot of frustration in all the offices I went to. Thank you so much, sir. I'm happy to meet you, and I'm so much grateful to meet you for your coming. Thank you.
How old are you, Chief? Assistant Chief?
By now, I'm 55.
Okay, you're still young.
Senior Assistant Chief 2.
Another opportunity will come. Especially when we operationalize administrative units. Another opportunity might come. But the point is, a first priority to be given to assistant chiefs when considering position of chiefs in terms of that's the point we take from there. I did not give you, so how did you stand? Have you gone to Embakasi yet? Yeah, okay, that's why. No, they just give him on a light note. Just give him. And that's the last one, so that the RC can continue, the OCS.
Sir, thank you for the chance. I am Isayo Chiang, the area chief for Mageta location. Mageta location sits within Mageta Island, an island that is on record as a colonial detention camp. Sir, Mageta Island is one of the most populated islands in Kenya. And for that matter, we face various challenges. To begin with, we've had long-standing cross-border conflicts whereby residents from Mageta have been undergoing humiliation or torture or indiscriminate arrest by Ugandan authorities. We've been receiving reports as administrators by our residents on the ongoings, but there's nothing actually we can do about it. Sir, on that matter, I request that the government to consider deploying border patrol unit. Secondly, we've also had human-wildlife conflicts where hippopotamus and crocodiles have been intensifying their attacks on residents. Sir, on this matter, I request that the government to consider establishing a KWS base within Usigu sub-county and by far to deploy the officers in Mageta Island. sir. We've had there was a speaker or assistant chief that had spoken before concerning delayed prosecution of some matters or faster reaction to chief's actions. Sir, on this matter, I would like to say that we've had unhealthy alliances by some of the police officers within our localities. As much as they should they should not use the information to weaponize or use it to suppress or thwart the efforts of chiefs or other administrators in performing their duties. The same, they have escalated the same in thwarting cases, critical cases or sensitive cases like defilement and other sexual-related offenses, and even cattle theft. So I request that you consider rotating officers so that such unhealthy alliances not to continue. I also request Governor within our midst, I request that the health department consider deploying veterinary officers or agricultural officers within Mageta. Sir, as I had stated earlier, we've had attacks by hippos where they fatally injure animals, livestock, and even human beings. So whenever they injure animals, we don't have veterinary officers within the island. We seek them from as far as Bondo. And for them to come is really hectic. They never appear. So I request that they be deployed within the island. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir, for allowing those chiefs to speak out their concerns. We were to miss the chiefs. So next, we move to the OCSs, and we start with Simon Rotich, Chief Inspector Simon Rotich, OCS Akala.
Our chief guest, Sir Honorable Onesimus Kipchumba Murkomen, EGH, Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Coordination, our Governor, His Excellency,